Another story, I mean, it actually is an important story. I don't want to make fun of it too much, but it's really something.
Let's not make fun of it. Let's present it exactly as it is. You might have heard that the son of the president, Hunter Biden, has recently gotten involved in art therapy, which he learned in rehab. Okay, God bless, wish him the best.
Yep.
The problem, though, is that Hunter is now selling some of his art. And the sale of that art is raising a lot of ethics questions. So much so, the White House is now getting involved. Let's put this up there from ABC News, which did a big investigation. White House officials are arranging confidential sales of Hunter Biden's art. Now, the arrangement is meant to prevent ethics questions, but it's also raised some. So, a New York gallery owner is going to facilitate sales of Hunter Biden's original artwork. Okay, well, the problem, though, is that the gallerist is going to independently set prices on the artwork. He's going to keep the identity, though, of the buyers confidential, including from the president and the administration, at least according to him. He will be the sole person authorized to collect, reject, and agree on offers. Burgess has agreed to reject any offer that seems unusual, including offers above the asking price. There's just one problem, though. Burgess has said that the Hunter Biden artwork could be priced anywhere from $75,000 to $500,000. And I saw a good quote here. This arrangement is problematic, to say the best. The best disinfectant would be to have a publicly open process. The public could see who the purchases are, and then it would be incumbent upon the Bidens to bear the burden of saying whether it's a conflict of interest or not. That seems like a really good idea. And so you literally have, let's put the next one up there. The White House is saying that of course he has the right to pursue an artistic career, just like any child of a president has the right to pursue a career.
How old is he? He's like 50 years old.
I remember that. I think he's literally 50 years old. I remember seeing something like this during the campaign. Like, just how dare they go after the child of a president? I'm like, look, when you're talking about Barron, who's a teenager, yeah, that's true. For everybody else, you're fair game. He's like a middle. He's
Ivanka,
older.
Don Jr., Hunter.
Hunter is old enough to be my dad. Just to give you some context here around what exactly the child status of Mr. Hunter. I do want to say, once all laughs aside, this is serious business. And as the problem that we've always had is that most people are full of it whenever they talk about this thing.
Right.
Jared Kushner's brother was literally hawking high-value visas to Chinese investors. Ivanka Trump and Jared and Trump himself had all sorts of crazy conflicts of interest. I remember, the one thing on the Ukraine call which made my stomach turn is when the Ukrainian president was like, Mr. President, we stay in Trump Tower. I was like, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
You can say all you want. Yeah, they promised to give all the money back. Okay, show me the receipts. But we're not even talking about Jared and then who was Jared's brother's wife is some model or something taking all this money. Once again, look, this is how money laundering works. I actually read an entire book called Boom. It's a book about the contemporary art market. The saddest part about what's happened to the art business is none of it is about art. It's about Saudi and Asian billionaires wanting to avoid taxes. So what they do is they go to these auctions, they buy like a $100 million painting, they never even look at it. It stays inside of a vault in Switzerland. And this vault is just a warehouse where they transfer one owner's account to the other account into the warehouse. As long as it doesn't leave, you don't have to pay any excise taxes on it. It's all just a store of value. It's like a fake billionaire game that has nothing to do with the actual, it is. It has nothing to do with the actual art itself. So yeah, we actually have a shot of we have a video. SOT is a little video. Is a video editing term. We have a video of Obama's ethics official Walt Schaub discussing this on CNN to give them credit for actually running this segment. Let's take a listen to exactly what he was saying.
No, I mean, they have outsourced government ethics to an art dealer. She mentioned industry standards. It's an industry that's notorious for money laundering. There's no standards in that industry. And the idea that they're going to flag any overly priced offers, well, this is art that hasn't even been juried into a community art sale. How are they going to decide what's unreasonable when they've already priced it in the range of $75,000 to $500,000 for a first outing? This is just preposterous and very disappointing.
I mean, there's a lot of layers to this. Hunter obviously has been profiting off of the fact that his last name is Biden for his entire life.
By his own admission.
By his own admission, yeah. I mean, it's obvious to anyone who's looking at this. And look, that's not particularly like unique. You know, ask Chelsea Clinton about her NBC News gig. Or
why is she on the board of Expedia?
Right. Right. So it's not like it's unusual, but that doesn't make it okay. And so the idea, ask an aspiring artist about how easy it is to just like step into the market and command $500,000 for your painting is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So all of the ethics experts are saying, at least the honest ones, are saying something that's very obvious. The answer to these sorts of corruption and accountability and transparency issues isn't to make it secret sales and then put all of this trust in this one art deal. We don't know anything about this person and whether they're trustworthy or not and like what they're into.
Mr. or something.
No idea, right? No, the answer is to actually have it completely transparent so everyone can see what the amounts were that were exchanged and who was buying that art and, you know, having a Hunter Biden as part of their collection so that then you can track and see if they receive any government favors, if there might be any reason why they have a particular interest in this one artist. It's a very obvious solution. And so, you know, as you were saying, everybody's a hypocrite on this. Like, the a lot of the right is out there saying, like, just imagine if Donald Trump had done this. And it's like, if he had done this, y'all wouldn't have said shit, right? There are very few people who were both willing to be like, there's a lot of corruption going on here, and also willing to be like, you know, this is pretty shady and not really a great look over here, Biden White House. So what exactly are you doing?
And that's the problem, which is that partisan warfare makes it so that nothing will actually happen and these buyers will remain confidential. This is a shady business. And the president's son being involved in it, the only possible way in order to ensure real transparency is, okay, release the names. Release the names of the people who buy the art. If we know who buys the art, then we can see in the public domain, are they going to get, you know, special tax service? Are they going to get special preference from the government? Are they going to get a government contract? I mean, this is the easiest way on the planet in order to funnel money to the private hands of the president's family. And look, we already know from the Senate intelligence report on Hunter that Hunter routinely uses business connections in his last name, not just to profit himself, to pay for him and his uncle. And in some indications, there has been at least some indication that his father was at least somewhat aware of what he was doing. He routinely used payments from the Chinese government and elsewhere, $100,000 slush funds and more to buy everybody MacBooks, Apple computers, that type of thing. You can go and read the report for yourself. But in terms of his spending behavior and more, it is not outside the realm of possibility whatsoever to see this type of corruption. This is generally how it works. And the fact that the White House is trying to keep it confidential should really tell you a lot about what's going on here.
I mean, just imagine a hypothetical scenario like, okay, so this is all being kept secret and confidential. Does that mean you're not allowed to display the artwork?
That's right, yeah.
Right? You're supposed to keep it in hiding and secret down in the basement. You can only like look privately.
Whoever buys it's going to put it on Instagram.
Privately look at it, right? I mean, just imagine a scenario where Biden goes out to a fundraiser at a top donor's house and there's a Hunter Biden painting hanging on the wall, you know? I mean, then what of your confidentiality? Then how does that influence you in terms of how you feel about this person who's raising a lot of money for you and also, by the way, helped out your son in a fairly significant way? What does that do to your mental state? Does it make you more likely to do something for this individual? And look, these are all hypotheticals, but again, the best answer to this, an area that, you know, there are no amazing answers, but the best answer here is just for it all to be in public, for everybody to know who are these people, what are the amounts, so that government watchdogs can look and see if they end up getting any favors, if they're in industries that could benefit from sort of government tax breaks, government contracts, any of that. And then we can all decide for ourselves whether this was purely, you know, for the love of the art, or whether there were other influence games going on.
Yeah, I saw a great tweet. It was Biden was like, none of my children are billionaires. And Ken Vogel of the New York Times was like, well, Hunter certainly tried.
Hunter definitely tried.
He really did try.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching.
That's right. Just as a reminder, you can become a premium subscriber today. Watch the full show completely uncut. Our reactions to each other's monologues. You get to listen to it. You get to ask us questions. All that good stuff. Link is right there in the description or at breakingpoints.com.
Best of all, great way to say screw you to the mainstream media.